Hey everyone, welcome on Profit Bytes. And today let's talk about the markets and what's happened on the last week. And let's make some perspective on the new week, which is starting. So for today, let's jump right into Bitcoin chart. There is a pretty tense days. Yesterday, price slipped below 43,000, which is a really strong indicator that we are making correction because, well, we didn't had any correction since, if I remember correctly, since October. So once we started this uptrend move in late October, we didn't had any big correction. So for now, we only have had minus 5-7% corrections, and currently we are standing at minus 10% of correction, and I think it's pretty healthy correction for Bitcoin and for other assets on this class. So um, in terms of where we are going right now, it is commonly to use a CME futures chart to see where the gap is. So right now the gap is on the 39,650. So this level is, I think it's pretty basic and pretty solid support for this correction. And on the left side, you can see I just market this level as well. So you can see this level, we are really close to it. So yesterday we dumped it to 4,200, and price is just nearly touched the this gap location. So I think that there is a pretty high chances for this gap to be filled on this week, I suppose. And it is probably we will going to see some sideways and probably last deep around this gap. This is possible. So I think that another chance that we going to rebound from here pretty fast. I think that there is a high chances that we're going to rebound from these levels really as soon as possible. These levels will be reached because you can see on the chart that we have pretty long shadows on the candlesticks. So the shadows here are really, really long, and I think that it's just because of high buying pressure here. So, and this shadow is also pretty long compared to the previous periods. So, yeah, it's kind of marking up what is happening, and I think that we're going to see some rebound here anytime soon. So be prepared. And if you following our previous live streams, then you probably noticed that I'm showed you many times this EMA 200 and AMA 50 combo. So this combo is pretty solid, and on 4-hour chart, it is really good. Um, it is really good marker for the price action. So we're going to see some rebound around EMA 200. That's no brainer. So um, okay, let's jump to the altcoins as well, because altcoins making some solid moves as well. Let's see what we have here for Ethereum. So last time we spoke, we was around 2,100, and just a few days ago, the price have managed to break out outside from this level, and yesterday we just retested it. So it is quite strong signal for the market. And I think that we are going to see some action here near this support zone. So the support zone line in between this rising trend line, and uh, sometimes markets making breakout from such trend lines. But however, we have this zone of horizontal level as well. So this zone is pretty important for Ethereum to hold here to go further. And this is really basic level 2100. Just make sure you are following this level because it's really really important. And if we go below this level, well, this is probably where we're going to dip lower. But for now, let's focus on this level. And if you go down below it, just make sure you having some solid risk management, and just yeah, it's only about execution your trade. So if you have some plan, you just need to execute it. So for now, to 100, it is a solid key level for both buyers and both sellers. So I think that we are pretty strong here. So next level to be reached from 2100, I suppose we go into 2500 region. So this is my main target for upcoming weeks, and I suppose Ethereum going to reach it pretty soon. So let's jump on another charts where what we have here. Well, Bitcoin dominance, very important chart. Um, so if you not know, Bitcoin dominance is measuring how much market cap of Bitcoin is compared to other coins, altcoins, stable coins as well. So it is really good marker for the market where we can benchmark where we are in terms of altcoin season. And currently you can see that the price is well, not actually the price, the percentage of Bitcoin dominance is rising, and we are above 50%. So we are around 53, 54, where we are in a again this rising support line is line, and we are consolidating exactly around this support line. So I suppose that we might have a rebound here. However, the target level for Bitcoin dominance in this season is around 57%. It could be higher, but this kind of market is changed. And if we're going to compare Bitcoin and crypto market in 2016, 2017, it's a totally different beast right now. So you can see that in current market, we have so many products, so many altcoins, and so many different stable coins that the share of them just is impossible to have Bitcoin so dominant on such big markets. So it is kind of simple that expecting 57 is quite normal level, but expecting higher than this and expecting higher than 70, I don't think we're going to have it anytime soon, just simply because the market is growing, the products is growing, and adoption of all of these products is growing. So yeah, it's just simple metrics. So in simple words, if Bitcoin dominance rising, altcoins is going down or making sideways. It is really a rare point of the market when Bitcoin dominance rising and altcoins pumping. It is really rare and happened only on small scale, like in short time frames. So anyway, if we looking at this chart, what we're expecting to Bitcoin dominance to rise, and some of altcoins may have a bigger corrections than we anticipate on Bitcoin or Ethereum. So it is quite a normal, because uh, the market cap and the trading volumes of altcoins are much smaller than Bitcoin, and Ethereum itself. So it is kind of normal to expect some altcoins to go lower than the biggest players on the market. So it is quite normal. So from this perspective, this trend line, it is not really solid trend line. So all every time we see such dynamic rising trend lines, they are not solid, so they will be broken eventually after some periods. So we just make sure that we following this line. This is long term, this is midterm and long term as well, a trend line. So we need to follow this. And let's jump to lower time frame. What happened if the dominance just make breakout from here? Well, it will trigger a domino effect when uh, people see that dominance is dropping and altcoins is kind of picking up the pace. And I think that in this term, if the market will see that the altcoins gain momentum, it will go lower and altcoins will go higher. So yeah, this is what you can expect as well from this market. And the key level here is around 50%. So 49, 50% is key level for the Bitcoin dominance um, for expectations of altcoin season. However, from what we know about the crypto market is that altcoin season is often happens after Bitcoin has reached the top. So where we are now, it is a question. Like we discussed it last week and the week before that, we pretty much expecting that Bitcoin is going to rise further. So I think that we are still not on the top. So okay, so this why Bitcoin dominance we just kind of we need to be moderate with this. Like having eye on this. It is good to check it every day. It's good to check it every week. However, let's just focus on what it can bring us in midterm. And in midterm, I suppose that Bitcoin dominance is going to rise to 57%. That's main goal. And alternative scenario is that we are going to decrease here, which is, well, low percentage that it is going to happen on this phase of market. So yeah, let's stick to this. Okay, so let's jump on another chart. And what I have here is crypto market cap. So it's whole market cap, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, and stablecoins as well. So we are reached $1.5 trillion, which is a really good level and milestone for a Bitcoin market. And let's go for long term, and let's see where our all-time high is. All-time high is around almost $3 trillion. Well, that's kind of big, and this is what we all expecting from the market, is that crypto market is going to be that big or even bigger than this. So look, from Fibonacci standpoint, we just arrived at all five Fibonacci retracement, which is really strong level. However, we have another one at all 06. So all 06 Fibonacci level. This is the key level for pullbacks. So beware of this level. I suppose that we might have some kind of price action here around $1.7 trillion on market cap. So maybe there is some bigger correction is hiding around these levels. So just be prepared. It could happen. Market could make a bigger corrections. So in the bull markets, what we have witnessed in Bitcoin in past, in like 2015, 17, and etc. So we had markets which correcting more than 50%, more than 20%. It's quite normal for bull cycle on Bitcoin to correct more than this. Um, I think up to 40% is quite normal for Bitcoin on bull market to have a correction. So on this level, we want to expect some kind of surprise, um, surprise pullback. So yeah, 1.7, 1.5, this is key levels for market capitalization. And I suppose that we're going to see some quick rebound and recovery to almost $3 trillion next year. That's probably for sure. And especially if ETF going to be approved, maybe a little bit more money will flow to the market. That's obvious, but let's see what happens. Okay. Another important thing which happened last week was gold, which had its all-time high. It just made a short squeeze here, so it's really fast pumping to 100, and right now we are back below $2,000. However, you can see that a correlation between Bitcoin, so Bitcoin is orange price line here, so the correlation is pretty similar. So we see rebounds on gold as well as Bitcoin. So we see consolidation here, so we see on Bitcoin as well, and the same happens here. So we have the uh, the pullback on gold, and we have pullback on Bitcoin right now. So I'm kind of expecting that gold going to recover here, because not many people expected that Bitcoin going to break 2000 level. So that's why this price is probably stuck here. And yeah, we just need a little bit more um, price action below $2,000 before we can break it, because gold, gold is really big market, big players here, and they are slow, and yeah, they just not taking too much risk here. So anyway, if gold going to break these levels, I suppose that going to coincidence with Bitcoin rise as well. So they are, well, I'm not saying that they are tied together in somehow, but well, they are moving in pretty much same fashion right now, and it is quite interesting because most of the time we see that Bitcoin is going together with U.S. stock market. So if we're going to switch on U.S. stock market chart, let's see S&P 500. So and you can see as S&P 500 correlation here is way different to what we have on Bitcoin. Well, obviously that S&P 500. Look at this. Whole year we rising, and Bitcoin rising as well. So yeah, we kind of have a big correlation here. You can see the markets correlating really good in beginning of this year, middle of this year as well, really good. They even top at pretty much same points. You can see, and yeah, we kind of correlating here as well. However, you can see that Bitcoin is kind of having a little bit different pace, a little bit outperforming the markets of US stocks. So yeah, it's kind of interesting that um, S&P 500 yesterday break through this level. So it's all-time high. No, it's not all-time high. So all-time high we had at 4,800. So I suppose that we are following this level on S&P 500. Well, and once again, the correlation here is pretty much similar to Bitcoin. So there is a possibility that the US stock market is going to surge more, We kind of anticipated. However, um, there is a few markets here marker here. So like the gap one, the gap two. So there is a kind of few gaps that might be interesting for traders. However, not sure if if they're going to be reached in this um, instance. So yeah, just let's uh, let's keep it and see how it's going to develop on next week. And jumping on altcoins, Solana. This week was incredible in terms of Solana. I kind of not expected that it's going to break the 65, 67 level, almost 80, so 77 was the top. And currently we uh, I'm kind of looking for uh, once again the same as Bitcoin. I'm kind of looking for some consolidation sideways or even a little bit of downtrend here. However, small one, and we are probably going to increase more. So I suppose that Solana is having something else in the pocket which is hiding. So probably we're going to see a little bit more price action here for Solana these days. So what levels to anticipate here? I suppose that it's 64, 65, something like this, maybe 60. Sorry, guys. So maybe 60 as well. That's probably a strong level here to be reached. So we might have um, some kind of reaccumulation probably uh, on these levels before we can jump higher. Yeah, that's kind of what I could expect from Solana. And if price going to hit these levels, I'm going to pick them up. Um, what else? XRP. Let's jump to XRP. So XRP had a pretty big drawdown. So it's almost reached it's reached 0.7. So we reached this level 0.7. So currently 0.6, well, pretty big drop back for XRP. However, well, the chart is promising. I suppose that we having some kind of um, it's probably fourth wave of the cycle. So let me just mock up some Elliott waves here. So we are probably having something like uh, fourth wave here, and we are probably going to have fifth wave as well. So fourth wave is kind of tricky ones because it could be a triangle. So currently we A, B, C, then we're probably going to have some kind of D and E. So I suppose that what we're going to have here is ABCD running triangle, something like this, that is going to finish the fourth wave. Well, it's kind of sketchy setup here. However, it could be hard to trade. So yeah, so there is a sideways, and then I'm going to anticipate that the market is going to be bullish once more, and there is a pretty solid um, rising channel. Let me just show you guys that there is a solid rising channel. You can see it. So I suppose that, well, the price action is pretty strong, and in terms of technical analysis, it is really good. It's respecting a lot of lines here, so like this, uh, lines like this. So it is not easy to trade. However, it could be traded in the breakout fashion. So yeah, so we are currently I'm thinking that we're going to see a little bit more action around 06, and then we're going to shoot up to 08, 09, maybe higher, because this is some kind of accumulation in rising channel. This pretty rare accumulations, to be honest. However, they are strong. So let's not uh, let's not forget XRP. It is really good. And for those guys who are asking, we had in our Discord server the conversation about Phantom. So Phantom FTM USDT. So I'm having a pretty good expectations here, just simply because price have managed to break from stronger resistance here, some kind of wedge shape, and currently we are in the process of breakout from 0.3. So, well, once again, it is really possible that a lot of altcoins are in the some kind of 1-2 phase. So there is a high possibility for continuation of the waves, and there is a like could be 1-2 inside 1-2-3-4. So it could be really complicated structure. However, it's only about the risk, and just be careful with it. I suppose that we're going to see some pullback from 0.3, and this level is kind of critical for traders, for investors on this market. So I suppose that you need to follow up this level, and if you go below this level, well, it's likely to go further down, maybe zero point 0.2, just simply because if this is let me just make it bolder. Okay, so if you're looking at this wave setup, um, there is a high chance that this is not 1-2. There's a high chance that it could be um, lowered, so 1-2 could be there. So it's kind of sketchy to pinpoint the exact point right now, because the market is just having this impulse. We had small correction, and looks like we have another impulse. However, to to confirm that, we need to see another impulse, small impulse here. Maybe I'm going to jump on 4-hour chart. So yeah, so like this, we just need to confirm that we're going to have another impulse right here. And by this mean, if we're going to see such impulse here, then okay, it's probably confirmed that 1-2 is here. So just like that. However, it is, you can see on the 4-hour chart that there is some kind of zigzag. So there is some hints that it is a 1-2. However, we uh, need to be careful with that, because everything can happen on the markets. So you need to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strategies to be like safe. If it's the right word to say on the markets like this. Let's jump on the on-chain data. Well, it is quite interesting that we looking at Bitcoin addresses with balances over $1,000, and it's surging. Look at this. We have a lot of new addresses with volume more than $1,000. It is really critical metric that's showing that the network is growing, and well, obviously those people who bought Bitcoin earlier, they are in profits, so their balances is rising. So if we're going to switch to 10k or more, we can see that well, previous all-time high was 2.5 million. Okay, 2.5 is maximum. And currently we are on 2.7. So we are on all-time high on this metric as well. Let's see 100K. So 100K is still not there. Still not there. So you can see that in 2021 we had top at 500K. 500K. So currently we are 450. So yeah, we are really close. Really close. I suppose that some of our accounts from some addresses from 10K going to be 100K pretty soon. So yeah. And $1 million accounts, well, there is some glitch here. I don't know why data is showing like this. However, on the top of 2021, we had 112K of these addresses, and currently we are stood at 90K. So yeah, okay, good. Pretty not far away. So yeah, 10 million. And 10 million, so 10 million is 11K at the top. 11K, yes. And currently with 7.5. So yeah, we are in the ballpark of the pretty much same metrics all over the place. However, small accounts rising faster, and they hit an all-time high once again with $1,000 balances, and lower and bigger than this as well on the all-time highs. So I suppose that showing really high adoption of the market and really high anticipation of bull market in 2024. So it is really good news for everyone who holds Bitcoin, Ethereum as well, because honestly, Ethereum will follow up with Bitcoin. Um, and we saw a lot of times when in 2017, 2020, we saw that Ethereum could in short time period, it could outperform Bitcoin as well. So so yeah, if you're holding some crypto portfolio for long term, it is mandatory to have Bitcoin as a major part of your portfolio, and Ethereum is another major part. However, I suppose it should be smaller than Bitcoin. Um, and other altcoins are much smaller part, and they should be considered as a trading assets. So when you see they rise, you sell them in profits, in small profits. Doesn't count. Anyway, you need to focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum on the long term rather than some altcoins, because altcoins come and go. We saw a lot of projects that rise it, then right now nobody knows about them. So altcoins is kind of sketchy. What we have here in UPL, we discussed it last time, so we are currently breached the 50% level on in UPL, which is kind of strong signal. Once again, it is really good. And last but not least, let's discuss our features strategy. And for today, we have OBV reversals with KMA and candlesticks. So this strategy is pretty interesting one. It is kind of kind of interesting one because of the complexity um, of this conditions. So you can see that the closing price is bigger than KMA, and OBV is bigger than simple moving average. So you can see of rate of change, not of the price. So it's kind of tricky one. You probably need to study this one. If you're going to use some of these strategies, you need to study some of them to understand how they works. So, and they the price is, and lower shadow bigger than upper shadow, so we need to focus on this. And exit strategy is kind of interesting as well. We have crossing of 4-hour charts of chart of a KMA and bearish engulfing. So bearish engulfing on 4-hour chart and crossing of OBV. It's kind of hard to plot. However, if you're going to backtest it, let's say on FTM USDT, FTM USDT, okay, crypto, FTM USDT. But okay, like this, FTM USDT, and just because of the 4-hour chart settings, we're going to use smaller time scale. We're going to use um, only about 1.5 months, uh, or even more, 2 months. Let's make it 2 months. Let's make it 2 months, and let's backtest it on FTM. So it's kind of interesting because some strategies working good in the long term, some strategies good in the short term, and this strategy is looking really good and solid on the uptrends. So you might be interesting to use it, or at least try it for backtest or demo trading. So you can see that we don't have a lot of profitable trades. However, the profit factor is pretty high, 2.3, and it could be higher if you're going to tweak some settings or find another asset which suits better on this strategy. However, it is pretty good. It had some small drawdown on November. However, it managed to quickly recover and even get a really solid profit. Let's see full result report. And okay, it's having some good entries like this. You can see the strategy gained a little bit. Well, it take a really good entry here. Look at this, 07 December. It is really interesting because it's picking up really nice and solid move here to about 20% profits here. So, and I see that this strategy is kind of picking up really solid trades. I mean, it is really good. Um, in trading activity, so you can see that we had this trade on 24. Well, it had this month. It's just 2 days ago. We had this trade for 20%, really good, solid profits. So it entered with $119 and exited with 23% profits at about 150 USDT, which is really nice. And there is a lot of such trades. You can see that there is a really good trade, 5% here, 5% there. Uh, so yeah, even there is a not really big amount of profitable trades, that is not important because most of the time in strategies, it is important how much it gaining versus losing. So in this strategy is actually gaining much better than it lose. So the profit factor is 2.3, which means if you're going to put on a risk $1, you're going to have a reward of 2.3. So it is really good. And in such conditions, low winning rate, still winning in terms of overall performance. So yeah, it is really good strategy. So maybe you can try on your account OBV reversals, KMN candlesticks. You can find it with this. So yeah, it is really solid strategy. So yeah, guys, let's wrap up today live stream. Today we discussed a lot about Bitcoin, about CME gap level on 39,650. This is really solid level, and probably we're going to reach it on this week or maybe next week. So have your keep your eyes on this. And I suppose that altcoins with if you're going to see the Bitcoin dominance chart, I suppose that Bitcoin dominance is going to rise a little bit more. So this could trigger some consolidations and corrections on altcoins. Not all altcoins, but on some of altcoins, we could see a bigger corrections than on the others. So yeah, this is what we have for today. And for crypto market cap, expecting to have to reach $1.7 trillion, then some corrections, then we're going to shoot up probably to new all-time highs at $3 trillion. So yeah. Okay, guys, so this is for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have some ideas, please come down on the comment box and share your ideas, and always make sure you thumbs up this video.